tardes. What's up, buddy? You good? How are you? No longer died? You guys thought Chivo Guero was more taught or what? Really good. Saludo desde Guatemala, Mr. Chivo. Chapina en la casa. Buenas noches. Desde Cisco, Texas. Eastland, Cisco. Dallas, Fort Worth, Granger, Eastland, Cisco. Hasta pronto. Sid Miller, not the ag commissioner no more of Texas. Trucking 25 years, I always give you props. Mucho respeto. Apreciado mucho. I got 16 in. I get tired of over the road. I come back to the oil field. I've done it quite a few times. When I get burned out of the oil field, I go back to do reefer or whatever. But I'm not as fast as I used to be. I guess I'm in denial. I'm getting older. I'm in my 50s, or I'm just getting out of shape or something. But these other guys in their 30s, I could keep up with them, even beat them one night, but do it every day. You know, I eventually, by the end of the week, my check's a little bit smaller than theirs, but it's all right. You know, being older, I also say fuck it. You know, when I'm tired, I pull over. I don't take chances. I like to think that I'm too smart to fall asleep and get in a wreck or something these days. Because I'll piss someone off. I'll say fuck it. If I'm sleepy, I'm sleepy. You know, in the past, I never did that. I've just, the gambling man behind the 8 ball, fucking, I just kept going. I've been real lucky. You doing good? Old Scott Schmidt? Thank you, sir. Good evening, mi gente. Buenas tardes, desde Cisco, Texas. I drove a truck back in the day. I even delivered propane to a nudist colony. Now that's a trophy run right there. I've never done that one. I've done military base, a Marine base at that Barstow. I've done one in Georgia. I've delivered to prisons. That was a nice feeling going in there. Actually, the COs actually respect you being on that side of the fence, being able to leave. I wasn't used to that, but that was a good feeling. Rice. Yeah, when I lived in Texas, a lot of rice comes out of Texas. A lot of prisons buy that rice out of Texas. But anyways, good night. Billy Mendoza. Buenas noches. Maria. I thought you were mad at me or something. I want to talk to you some more later, but we'll do it on the Google. I think something's up. Something's going on with you or something. I don't know. I hope everything's all right, Carnella. Ernesto Leon. I don't jump like a cat no more. I still hang in there, text, because I did water well drilling. Much respects. Ernesto Leon. Orland. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm too out of shape to go back and be a tile setter. My knee, I get water on the knee right off the bat, you know, but if they ever take my CL or I'd have to retire, probably did. I'd be like a door greeter at Walmart. A door greeter at Walmart. I'm good for that. I'd have to get back in shape to do construction. But yeah, the oil field's a young man's game. There's some older guys. These older, wiry, slender guys. I don't know how they do it. It's just their genes, I guess. But they got energy. They keep up with it. I'm not that. I'm Mr. Johnson over here. Chivo, saludos. Desde. Oh, you're talking to Maria. Adrian Godoy. Gracias, Adrian y Maria. Muchas gracias por el apoyo. Por el apoyo. Indiana. Hold right. 32-1-25. You know what I like about Indiana? Southern Indiana. Those little houses. They got all the cornfields all around them. They got a little pumpkin patch. I thought that was really cool. They have their own pumpkin patch right on the side of the house. Salt Lake, or French Lake, where Larry Bird's from, that area, that's very beautiful. And then you got come on, tell him, Maria, tell him. Don't be afraid to like the light. The more you like it, the more it puts it out there, puts it in other people's face, and then they can join. I appreciate it. The goat. El Chivo, Firma, wherever he wants. Orale, Mark Preston. Mark Preston. The biggest 46, Larry Bird sucks. Damn, bro. Actually, no, for a white boy, the blacks respected that white boy. They'll tell you stories. He's one of the best ever. And that was there in the ochentas. When they played rough. You could get popped in the face. You kept playing. You didn't cry foul. Larry Bird was right there with the top of him. Paisa and Salinas Califas. 8-3-1. Gerardo Gideon. Tú eres en Salinas? Órale. Salabo. Estoy anoche en Cisco, Texas. I went through Dallas. Un viaje ahora Hobbs hasta Kilgore, Longview, Shreveport, Louisiana, Poquito Más Mías, and Cargado ya. Now we're gonna head back and unload in Odessa. Johnny B's. Kevo, bro, what are you doing? ¿Qué haces anoche? Like across the road. I used to live across the road from a cornfield. Right, now you're in the city. You know, and the Indiana corn, that's some of the prettiest corn. Pennsylvania too. Those are the prettiest, tallest, prettiest cornfields out there. Ever passed through Oakdale? Yes, it's been a while. I'm almost there. Diesel has dropped. Here, check this out, mira. $3.99. I seen it on this side of Fort Worth. It gets a little cheaper. So you get close to Odessa, the oil field, they gouge you, but under $4 diesel over here. Salud de Salinas, California. Junior Jimenez. El Salabo. Buenas noches, mi gente. Give me dos más años. Frio trailer otra vez. Produce Camino otra vez. We'll go hit Yuma, Salinas. Salina, La Manzana in the estado of Washington. Washington también. Maybe some sweet potatoes over there in Norte Carolina. Gracias for the Super Mario coin. If it ain't tired, it ain't right. Comedy podcast. What? Oh. $5.99 in Cali? That actually don't sound bad for Cali. What's for dinner tonight? Adrian? Mi panza lleno con trompo tacos. Terrell, Texas. It's been about over a year and a half since I've been through there. And muy buena, muy bien. Pastor tacos, trompo. Some of the best tacos on the interstate right there. I made a video, or did I not put it on YouTube? I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. If I didn't do it. Fili Mendoza? Yeah, I appreciate it. Apreciado mucho. See, I must be getting tired. Things are getting harder. Chivo tengo poquito gasolina. But it's alright. We'll rumbo Odessa, Descargado. We'll get unloaded before the sun comes up. If I give me one more grande viaje, another big run and a couple small ones before Monday, I'll have a good check, another fat check. Get in there, you peachy mamon. I'm a diesel mechanic, Ruben Laredo, mechanical in Sureste, H-Town. Nice. Échale ganas. Bonito para la cruda, Simón, en La Sabado. Fort Mojave, old Cindy over there in Fort Mojave. Curious, I'm curious of your parents' names, or if you guys are from there or what. In case I think I already told you. I don't know. I got a couple people from Fort Mojave and Needles and stuff, but my mom and dad were teachers at Mojave Valley Junior High for like 30 years. They retired, went back to their roots in New Mexico, but I grew up there in Mojave Valley, about 3 miles from Needles. And, you know, it's all like one big town now. It was all desert between Fort Mojave and Mojave Valley. And they really built up Fort Mojave, man. They got all kinds of stuff over there. And then between Fort Mojave and Bullhead City was all desert. And a lot has changed. I really don't have anyone there anymore. Doesn't really feel like home. You know, when I see that river, you know, that's home. But as far as the nostalgia of growing up there, there's no one left there. All my friends moved out. It's not really a place you live permanently, unless you got a fucking be nice to retire, hit the lottery, go get a big house right on the river, like those big houses across from Needles. That'd be a dream home right there. Also at Parker Dam, the town of Parker Dam, they got trailers on the California side too, with their own little boat docks, and the river's real nice right there. Coming out of Parker Dam, that's another spot I wouldn't mind living, retiring over there. Someday, you never know. But Rio, Colorado has my heart. Pilo River Rat. Little Yakima area, Estado Washington. Love the videos. I appreciate it, you guys. Excuse the Spanglish. I'm used to TikTok. But come on, let's go. Let's go get our receipt. No Manuela anoche. What's up, buddy? Excuse my dry sense of humor. You ready? Raúl? Bien, bien? Oh. Un momento. Yeah, because my boss, that's why I wanted to do it before, because it's an app. It gives you a little window. That way no one can steal the thing. But You guys, I gotta jump off. If you stay right here, let me call my boss, and I'll come back. What's that?
You're gonna call them real quick, get them to take this off.
I'll go use the bathroom. Here, hold on to that. Addicted to fishing? What's up, bro? It's all cool. Greetings from a Pure Pneumatic Tankers. Yes, sir. Mi colegas. I'm getting pretty good. That first company, I didn't have a very good trailer. I had a Mama Lona truck. But I learned how to troubleshoot that first year. The first 8 months working for that company. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Not all of it was the trailer's fault. I'm not saying, but I learned a lot. God damn it, no agua. What's going on? But I've come a long ways. It's not easy learning something new, a new trailer. I've done vacuum. I was pretty damn good vacuum trailer back in the boom in South Texas. But this one tripped me out a little bit doing the pneumatic. It was like a lot more valves and stuff. I made it in my head. I made it harder than what it was, but I got it down. Michoacán, La Mafia Paga. So little patron. Estoy in where the fuck am I at? Cisco, Texas. It goes Dallas, Fort Worth, Ranger, Eastland, Cisco. I should do a video here, my next viaje, right? Cisco, and play Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. New generation bullies, what's up? That soap is made from animal parts? I wouldn't doubt it. At least it's not Bob Barker soap. Arizona DOC. Come on, tell him, Maria. Little, it doesn't hurt to push the buttons. You can hit a like, you guys. Por favor, mi gente. Carlo from Hesperia, High Desert. Carlos Solis. Cool, bro. Over here to get some diesel. And then we're gonna rumbo Odessa, Texas. I'm addicted to these. Check these out. Soy addicto. What's that? That's not how it works, man. You can run the card again. It's going to time out again if we don't run it. My boss has an app. If you don't, it gives you a window.
Okay, well, I can't run it because it's manual authorization. Once it's manual authorization code, you'll have to call your card people.
Can I just try to run the card again? It won't let me do it?
No, I don't think it'll let you. You can try it, but I don't think it'll let you. Yeah, did they already give it? Yeah.
What's under the beard? A fist, like Chuck Norris.
I had to do this the other night, and I just don't remember how they told me how to do it.
Too much coca? No narrow? Are you speaking for yourself or what?
I had to swap the screen over.
I haven't laid off the Rico, you guys. Been walking the linea. Got a Nuevo Jale. And I'm doing all right for myself. Enough to fly in a special guest for Cuatro de Julio weekend. And I'm thinking about not making a video or making a video. We'll see. But nah, the shoe don't fit on that one, bro. Yo, did you drop the old lady? She was a novia. And who is that? No, I moved out. I got my own place. Hey, Blondie Trucker Emmanuel.
I put the information in here about your truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do I need?
All right. Un momento. That's it. Should go through. We good? Saludos, Chivo. Aquí and Timbo Stowing. All the support for you. Saul Perez. Egg. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you. No jalapeno poppers. I appreciate it, you guys. Rasa, everyone. Por la apoyo y la cultura mexicana. Muchas gracias. No sound? Man, she fucked me up. Woman? See? Russia from Russia? Greetings. Garza, you're in Yakima? Gabrielle, why are you guys asking about that? I really haven't put the last girlfriend on social media. I kind of, only because she forced her way in there. I really haven't put nothing on social media. Why are you so curious? Hear you loud and clear, Orderly. The La Senora in Hobbs, I moved out, yeah. There's no problem. Just, I'd like my privacy. It wasn't for me. I mean, I hope I'm still in that family. Good terms. They're real good folks. That was one of the best women I've been with. You know, it was nice to being older, the same age, in my age group. It's nice not dealing with the young toxicas anymore. And nothing but love and respect for that family. But my heart is in Vegas. I don't know if I said it before on here. I've said it on other platforms. There's a piece of me missing. My kid, my son. I have a chiquito hijo in Las Vegas. He's 8 years old, ocho años. And I'm not doing anyone a favor getting in relationships or anything without him in my life. That's a father without his son in his life. And you can do things to try to fill that void. You know, nothing fills it. So until that's back, I don't think I'm going to be complete. You know, that's my love right there. And it's not just the son. I admit, you know, it's the family altogether. And that family in Hobbs taught me that. You know, they might not realize it, but me watching, I never seen a family that tight. There was like 7 sons, a big family. Every weekend, they were all together, one tight unit. At a relative's house doing that. And man, I was really impressed. I really respected that. And you know, it showed me, you know, my family, you know. But you know, I wasn't a perfect husband or whatever. There's some things I could change. You know, no one's perfect. If you marry a fine Toxica Italiana, you know, you got to learn to put up with some stuff. You know, no woman is perfect. You know, I keep searching for the perfect woman, but anyways, it's not so much about that. It's my family that I miss. That's my family, and but moving out, that's coming in the near future. But I also like my privacy. I'm here to work. I'm in the oil field to work. I don't know. I shouldn't have to explain myself, but I am. But anyway, since I put stuff on social media, I went ahead and told you guys. But yeah, I'm here to work. I'm not supposed to be getting in relationships and doing this and that. I did it because I had the fuck it's around Christmas. I was real lonely, and it was good. I had a good time, but it's time to get my priorities in straight. This is me, not no one else. But anyways, Addicted to fishing, yes, sir. Let's get some coffee. We gotta get out of here. We got a Roomba Odessa. The last two relationships I've been in, I never had more than one at a time, by the way, you guys. You guys that think I'm a cochino. Some of you do, I know. But anyways, I don't blame you, but I've done them both right. And the one in Albuquerque, take care of my parents. She's living with the rich gringos on a golf course and retirement community in Belen, New Mexico. She's very well taken care of. I left her with $3,000, and I knew she wouldn't be happy in the oil field. And she probably thinks I cheated on her because I gave her the cold shoulder to end it. But that wasn't the case. I didn't cheat. I walked the line. And I just knew she wouldn't be happy. She would have moved into my canton, my little RV. But I knew she wouldn't be happy. So that's why I let her go. Why do you not have TikTok anymore? I do. I had a private account called Vegas Outlaw. When I deleted the original one, I had almost 1 million people. And deleted it like a year and a half ago. But when I did that, I was able to retrieve an old backup account. Before I was Chivo Guero, I was called Vegas Outlaw, which I changed the name here to Vegas Outlaw. But to keep some of my historia. But anyways, I went ahead and opened it up. My people close to me talked me into doing it. Why don't you just open the TikTok again? Most of the people that recognize me out here, it's all from the old TikTok. What old TikTok? Or you walk into a room where there's a group of brown people, at least a couple of people. You see them looking up on the phone. You hear Beto Catania. They're looking at one of my old videos. That's mostly all TikTok. So I put the private account. I changed the name to Chivo Guero. I only have one account on there, but I do have an account. It's called Chivo Guero. I have this one, and I have a Facebook. Chivo Guero on Facebook. What's the pinchy fucking... Excuse my language. If you ever need to stay in the high desert, you got 5 acres with RV? Hell yeah, addicted to fishing. That little, what is that, Mojave River? That fancy gated community when I stayed over there for a minute, a few summers ago. Was it like already 3 or 4 years now? And I was looking on a map. I was like, how the hell is it's the middle of the Mojave Desert? How's a lake here? And you can see the Mojave River, a little creek or something. And I seen one like a little marsh kind of with cattails and stuff. What do you guys catch out there? I'm curious. I'd like to go fishing out there. But yeah, in Barstow, not Barstow, but Victorville, there's actually a river. There's actually a little lake and stuff. Buenas tardes desde Anaheim. Oh, Lisa. Anaheim is Disneyland, right? Casa de Disneyland. Gracias, Maria. Brenda, hello, sir. You are awesome. I love watching you eat. May God always bless you and your son. Brenda Lopez. Apreciado mucho. I appreciate that, you guys. Oh, shit. It's going to be the grande finale, right? I get a free coffee for filling up? Cool. Yes, ma'am. All right, un momento. All right, thank you. Isn't that embarrassing, doing this in public? Doing what in public? Jada Ring? Doing what? Putting diesel in my truck, getting a coffee. Come on, haters. Come up with some better shit, man. If you're gonna distract me. Anyways, block his ass. Where'd he go? Jay the Ring. Try to say it again. What's up? I got some old PS guys over here. Just can't get over it. An old Novia. Victorville, one of her sons or something. By the way, I was the most Mexican thing in that house over there in Victorville. Even her rooster was a Rhode Island Red gringo fucking rooster statue. There was enough. Oh, I have Santa Muerte all over my house. No, that's the Grim Reaper. That's not Santa Muerte. Not even close. But you're amazing. I appreciate it. Thanks for getting me back on track. Love your content, Lisa. Orale. Hi from Inland Empire. Where are you at now? Estoy en Cisco, Texas. Hold on a minute. Un momento, I gotta screenshot something. I'll check out that account later. From Carlos. Much respect. Cool. Why is everyone being so nice tonight? I appreciate it, you guys. Flatlands of Texas, it is now. It gets a little hilly. You get up just north of Abilene or east of Abilene on Camino de Vinte on 20. And right where I'm at, Eastland, Texas, it starts getting a little hilly until you get to Fort Worth Ranger. It's real pretty. It's like a little mini hill country. Not as chingon as, the hill country around Johnson City and Marble Falls and all that shit. Dripping Springs, Junction. But it is like another hill country. It's pretty. Texas, if I had to live permanently in Texas, I would pick like Alpine. Lindy Gomez. Hey, thank you. Un modelo Limón y Sal pronto. Gracias. I appreciate it. I would pick like Alpine. I would love to live by Alpine because it's high elevation desert. It cools off. Doesn't get that hot. You get a little nieve, a little snow in the winter sometimes, the dust. You got Marfa right there. You got Presidio, Texas. You go across the La Frontera right there. And from what I hear, that's a real quiet part of the border. If you're going to go visit, you want to go get your teeth fixed, something. I forget the name of that little border town. I haven't been across yet. When I first started trucking, I did a few runs to Presidio. And then living in Vegas all those years, going from San Antonio or Laredo to Vegas, I would take that back way. What the fuck's it called? Del Rio, but I'm trying to think of the lake name. Amistad, Lake Amistad. And you could park, truckers, you could park your trailer right there at that last bridge and walk down in that cove. It's real clean. La Frontera is right on the other side of that bridge. And you'll have, Lindy. Sorry, I had the itchies. No Perico. It's me, Perico and OJ. And muchas gracias, Señora Gomez. But you could park right there and walk down. I've done a lot. I've taken my son over there a few times back in the day. And they got these big perch. They're aggressive. They'll bite you. Percha. I mean, not bring blood or nothing, but you'll feel it. It's like, oh shit. And but I like that. From Lake Amistad, that's about as far east as I like going. I like from Lake Amistad all the way to Chucotown. That's my favorite part of Texas. It's Bonita Deserito. What is that, Sanderson, Texas? Is that the name? Where the Ocotillo cactus capital of Texas? It goes, I think, Sanderson and then Alpine. I forget the name. And beautiful desert out there. And the Pecos River, how it drops in. You see Pecos River in New Mexico. It's nothing like down there. I mean, it's dry. It's not that much water, but it's like a little mini Grand Canyon. How it comes in there towards the border in that part of Texas. It's real pretty. And then if you drop in Marfa, all those nights at 2 or 3 in the morning in Marfa, looking at those lights, I've seen them, the Marfa lights, and they're like little flashlight orbs, like 1980s flashlight orbs, and you can see them. There's also an effect, like a desert mirage at night. I think there's an effect like that because you see the road from Presidio going to Marfa, and you coming down that mountain, you can see headlights. They look like little orbs, and then all of a sudden they disappear, and then a split second later they're down here and they keep going. So I think it's like a mirage effect that's going on over there. And I've been there tired. I could have swore I've seen orbs, just out in the desert. There's an old World War II or pre-World War II airstrip that used to be right there, Army base or Air Force base or something, Army Air Base, way back in like 30s, 40s or something. There's nothing there now, you can never tell, but maybe there's something, spirits, I don't know, some activity, energy left its footprint there, I don't know. But I have seen stuff. It's hard to tell because it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, you're tired coming from Laredo, and I don't trust it Alcien, but anyways, I really like that area. Amanda Eagles Live. I do a lot of vivos on TikTok, and lately the views aren't. Well, maybe I just beat the hell out of it too much. So we'll do some lives over here on YouTube for a while. We'll spread it around. But usually I do TikToks. Usually, I got good numbers right now. I average this on TikTok. Sometimes, anyways. Facebook doesn't do too well on the lives. I do real good on the videos, though. I mean, people watching my video. I don't have those social media. Keep beating it, Lindy. All right. A place called Monos in H-Town. You only have YouTube? All right. I do vivos here once in a while. Oh yeah. Addicto for Crustables. I got a box waiting for me in Mi Canton at my RV. I absolutely love him. And his shorts. It's amazing. How'd you know I'm wearing shorts? I need to do laundry. It's sticky. It's summer. I've been running hard. Not hard, but not enough time. You do laundry, but then you get no sleep. I've only, a few hours here, a few hours there. But this weekend sometime I'll make some time for myself. I bought new carpet for my RV. I need a day to take care of all my stuff. I'll get it this weekend. I've just been buying new packs of socks and underwear instead of doing laundry. Dump truck gravel, like belly dump and dump truck. I've never, yeah, I have. I used to load out of the pit. I helped build a couple lease roads over there between Lovington and Hobbs. What is that, 579? I don't mind doing belly dump. It doesn't pay that much, or at least the guy I was working for. But my passion, mi pasión, Frio trailer is reefer. And but I get tired of doing the long haul, couple years, 2-3 years, and I come back to the oil field. I'll get burned out of the oil field and go do reefer. Started to watch you while going through Carlsbad, New Mexico. I was in Galveston. Fucking coffee. Well, I appreciate it. Got more Mas Pronto. I really haven't given a. I never been to Galveston, by the way. I've seen it. What is that? The dike. The dike, that jetty that goes out, all those rocks. And you got that just south of Houston. I forget the name of that town. Where the bell blew off back in the day. They had an explosion. And the bell, it's famous. It's famoso because of the bell blew up and landed like a lot of miles away from where it blew up. A refinery, yeah, where all those refineries are. And then they got that dike, and you can see Galveston Island from there. But I've never been to Galveston. You like the noise in the background? Sound is a Detroit. It's an old Detroit engine. Very safe, 13 speed. Para mi Sereno Californians, come on. You like the English and Spanish? Yo hablas bien gacho español, see? I learned from the best. Kenworth versus Peterbilt. There's 3 kinds of trucks on the interstate. Peterbilt, Kenworth, and Peterbilt. Ever visit Florence, Arizona? Got a 120 number when they first came out. Mid-90s. I've lived in Florence, behind the walls, yes. I did 4 to 5 years. I cut the chain out of Mojave County, and it was Cook Unit. I've also been to SMU too, and Cook Unit. You know, they switch people around. I think they changed it to a mow yard. They did the same thing in Winchester Unit. I was in Tucson. In the middle of my sentence, I did a year in Winchester Unit in Tucson. That was when U of A won the championship. Mike Bibby and all them. And I remember watching it, the Paisas. It was set up like a dorm. And the Paisas were right next door. They had the TV. They let me watch it. And that college part of Tucson, they were going crazy, pushing over cars and shit. But I remember that. I remember that night. I remember getting in a fight and being in the hole for like 3 months. It was more than just a fight, but put me in the hole for a few months. And I remember that's when NWO, Hulk Hogan, and God damn it, the Spear, what's his name? Goldberg came out, and he was spearing everyone. And that's when NWO had the big final showdown, the big fight. I remember watching it live in the hole on my Celly's TV. Lex Luger wrestled Hulk Hogan for the championship, and it was a big thing, the NWO. And Lex Luger did the rack. Where you hold him on the rack like that, and Hulk Hogan's like, oh. Anyways, Historia de Pinta. But I also was in a unit called, there's a hole inside the hole, SMU2, Security Management Group. And I've been on some political yards. Long story short, I put in work. I had to go with the hole, and then they send you the SMU2. I think my phone's about to die. But I was in there for a few months, and that was cutting edge. There was these other DOC, Department of Corrections from other states were coming there to visit that unit because it was state-of-the-art 24-hour lockdown. And rest area raccoon. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, sir. Got me un burrito. But that place sucked. And from there, I went back to a high medium yard in Winslow, and I went home from Winslow. I did another year in Winslow. I forget the name of the yard. I still got people here? Yeah, my phone died. Sorry about that. It's Amanda? Man, thank you. I appreciate you guys. My phone died. I got to take off anyways. Been driving all day, so it's nice to take a little break. Dang it, Chivo. And the phone just for YouTube? All right. Daniel the Clasher, doing good, doing good. Lindy Gomez. The YouTube live more? You got it, it's Amanda. Safe travels. Perla Moreno. I appreciate it. Definitely will. Alright, you guys. Lindy, oh shit, maybe I should stay. Thank you, Lindy Gomez. I'm supposed to be Santa Claus. Feliz Navidad for the Guero. But, alright, I'll finish my story. Maria. Igualmente, Carnala. Maria's been with me for about 5 years, helping me out with the moderator. I met her in person a few times. I used to work in Wichita, Kansas, doing cabinets, Newton, Kansas, tambien. And that's a humble, good person right there. Guanajuato Sangre. Grew up in South Chicago over there. Las Velitas, Simone. Little village. She's from the barrio. Eddie the Horror Addict. What's up, bro? You safe, brother? Julio? Simone. Tracy, California. Lindy Gomez. All right. Peaceful, fucking Chivo. Tracy, California. Goat number 1. Orale. The empanadas were amazing with the chicharron and chorizo. Walters. All right, to finish my story and then I'll go. I was talking about prison, the Pinta. So I went home on the yard in Winslow. And I like Winslow because it snowed. Gracias por la estrella. And plus there's more Navajos up there. They had Native Americans. And I would get jealous. They had the sweat lodges. So, you know, whites are the majority in the 90s. I don't know what the demographics are now. But the woods were definitely the majority. We didn't have no Sereno or Norteño. It was Chicanos total. And then you had the Paisas. We had our own word for the blacks. No offense. That's just, I'm not going to say it. And then the Indians, we called them the Chiefs. So, but man, I would get jealous. I know they're in there smoking malta and shit. And that you can smell it in those sweat lodges, man. They go in there. Man, those motherfuckers. I wish one of them would have invited me, but those Native Americans, they were a very small number. And they would get out there and hi, and I'm not mocking you, I'm just saying they would do their chants on the yard. And I got kind of jealous, man. I wanted to fucking hang out. I was trying to make a buddy with one, let me in there. But anyways, maybe I'll get to visit a sweat lodge on the outs one of these days. It's Amanda. Thank you. Amanda here. Maria, should I make her a moderator too? Tambien? All right. You got some power. Standard moderator. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. But it's there if you want it. San Benito, Texas. Ernesto Flores. Pero pinche RGV. A la ver. Buenas noches. Desde the other side of Texas. I'm over here in Cisco. It goes Eastland and then Cisco. Not too far from Fort Worth. Lindy Gomez, you want a story? All right, all right. What do you guys want? Prison stories? Trucker stories? Ghost stories? Weird stuff I've seen at night stories? Driving all over the country, childhood stories. What do you guys want? You tell me. Ghost stories? Arriba la Chupiza. All right. You guys all know the Skinner story, right? The Skinwalker one? Is that what you want? I have a Chupacabra one. A Skinner story. I have Ghost in the ghost towns of Nevada at 3 in the morning experiences. And what else I got? I got a Santa Muerte story. You guys tell me what you want. Do you know the werewolf one? I don't make up. These are stories. These are my experiences. I know all kinds of folklore and all kinds of trucker stories and all that stuff. The Skinner, all right. Nevada right here. I'm a dog too. right, we'll do a. All right, pulling reefer. I just got empty in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, and I had to be in Flagstaff the next morning, Arizona. It's a Purina dog chow place, pick up dog food. So I was gonna drive through the night, manejando en la noche hasta Flagstaff, Arizona. So you drop down Pagosa Springs, not too far from Durango, Colorado. It's right there by the Four Corners, not too far. Cortez, Colorado, all that. Then you got Farmington. But anyways, you drop down, and I was coming into Shiprock, New Mexico, and it was getting late at night. So I start heading to K-Town, Cayenta, and there's during the day you can see Shiprock, the formation. It's way far away, like 20 to 30 miles. You can see it in the distance. Sorry, I just ate a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Crustable. Me gusto mucho. But anyways, and off to the right, you come down off a mesa. You drop down, and then Cayenta is not too far, like another 10 miles or something. Thank you for the sonrisa, the happy face. But off to the right, I forget the name of the formation. Church Rock or something, I don't know, I forget. But there's another, like a mini Shiprock right there. So right around that area, and this is like midnight, 1 in the morning, a big buff horse, a caballo, comes walking out in the road, like it's in a trance or something, like a zombie. I was like, what the hell, man? A sleepwalking horse? And it was a buff, it was healthy. So, hit the hornetas, and nothing happened. He just kept walking. So I get in the other lane, and it kept going. Right before I get in the dirt and almost wreck, it snaps out of it, rears up its head, and its eyes got real big, and it turned and ran down the lane I just came from. Hopefully there wasn't a car coming a few miles back, but that was kind of weird. There was something not right, but there is a lot of open range over there. So I didn't pay too much attention to it, but it was, something wasn't right with that horse, the whole situation. So I kept going, and around 2 or 3 in the morning, right before you hit Tuba City, and then to turn off the road tees, you either go to Flagstaff or Page. There's a place called Tonala, Elephant's Feet, and there's 2 buttes, and it looks like maybe like it could have been an arch at some point, like something in southern Utah. But it was at least a half a moon. It was real bright, beautiful night, and the moon was right between the buttes. So I stopped there, and it's right on the side of the road. Pulling my intro, I walk over there, get my phone, the 2 buttes at Elephant's Feet, the photo with the moon in there, and I felt uneasy. I didn't like it, and I'm pretty ballsy. No brain, no pain. I'm pretty ballsy with the wherever I may roam stuff. But I just didn't like there's something watching me, or I don't know. But I felt uneasy, so I said, let's go. I told myself in my head. So I turned over to get one last shot. And right when I did that to pose, and this on a video, I heard a hey. And there's nothing around there. There's a ranch house about a quarter mile away. I know damn well it didn't come from there. It's like it was pushed to my ear. It wasn't a normal sound wave. It was like it was far away and close at the same time. It's hard to explain. But you hear something. This was like it was pushed in my ear, if that makes sense. And it creeped me out. It wasn't natural. It was like Mal. I don't know if it was Mal or I just freaked out and thought it was Mal, because it was something supernatural. It wasn't natural. It was magic, you guys. I didn't like it. There's something from the other side. And you believe in ghosts, or you believe in stuff, aliens, whatever, but you really don't believe it until it touches you. And yeah, it'll like rock your world a little bit. And something touched me that night. And it creeped me out. So if I wasn't on a Vivo, I would have ran away like Scooby-Doo. But I kept my composure, And I don't have the original video, man. I deleted my original TikTok. But you can see me turn my head like that when I heard it. And I walked to the truck and I got out of there. And it messed with me for a while. I had a friend that lives in Yatahe. And 505 driver. Yeah, there's actually a town called Yatahe. It's just north of Gallup. And his sister practices medicine. So she did a prayer thing, burned some cedar, the ash or whatever they do. And I was supposed to close out the prayer by giving the Navajo Nation an offering. And I never did that. And my friend told me, don't say its name. Stop talking about it. And I'm a gringo. I can't help it. I'm a gringo. But so that messed with me for a while. It spooked me. I got into Santa Muerte because of that experience. That was black magic. Negro Magia. And Tierra de Navajo is diferente mundo en la noche que el día. Que la día. Navajo tienes brujos diferente que Azteca. And trucha, you don't just stop anywhere at night. I learned a respect for Navajo land. You don't stop there in the middle of nowhere at night. You get through. In the day, it's a different story. Beautiful place. Everyone's friendly. At night, it's not just that. You could Navajos walk long distances. I'm surprised you don't see them in marathon Olympics and stuff. You could be out in the middle of nowhere, and you'll hear a knock on the door, and it'll be a real person. Hey, can you give me a ride? It's like, where the fuck you come from? They walk miles, like 10, 20 miles, man. They can walk, and cause it's way out in the middle of nowhere. But anyways, you get some characters out there, and look, Navajos will tell you, you don't go walking out in the middle of the desert at night. So I know damn well I've encountered other skinwalkers. They're hitchhikers coming from Flagstaff or Page all the way to Shiprock, walking at night and stuff. You're telling me a Skinner didn't touch them? They didn't have an encounter? Now, a lot of Navajos, they won't do it. They say, you're stupid. You know, I've encountered a lot of weird stuff. Weird people that, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I learned to respect at night for Navajo land. You don't just stop anywhere. I was in the county jail in Kingman, Arizona before I went to the prison. They gave me probation. This is a long time before this. And there was a Navajo in there. He was half Yaqui and half Navajo. And he was telling me stories. He's lived on both reservations. He said in Navajo land, he's walking back from a party. He was a little bit drunk, walking back home, you know, a couple miles or a mile and a half or something, and he encountered a Skinner. And the Skinner froze him. And I believe it. I mean, this isn't like some old classic trucker story. I mean, this sounded real. And he said he froze him. He couldn't move. And the Skinner was like, you know, he was scared. And he said in his mind, like, please let me go. I just want to go home to my family. I don't mean no harm. You know, con respecto or something. And he said the Skinner released him and he walked home. He never walked that path at night again. But, you know, Navajo, it's not just Navajo land. Before the Dene, there was Anasazi and much ancient Indians, like the Hohokam and stuff of Arizona. You know, there's a lot of older stuff there too. And you also have the Utes. You got the Pueblos, the Navajos, Apaches were in that mix back in the day. And, you know, they all fought each other, except for the Pueblos. They were peaceful. They got picked on a little bit for the Navajos, but anyways, they all cursed each other. You know, so you got your unique stuff there at night on Navajo land. And when I went through there another trip about a year later, right when I passed that spot, and right when I get to Tuba City, the fucking rear axle spun out. You know, you got your main axle, and then you got, in the end, you got the differential axle. It's like 3 feet, and it shot out. And it just out of the blue, and everything was fine, but it was really weird. And I was rolling through there at night around the same time. So I think I lost my suerte at night going through there. I think what I wanted to do, and I did it. I made a video about a year ago. No, more than that. About 2 years ago, and I made a little offering. I put some tobacco down at elephants' feet during the day, and I want to go back there and build up some balls and go there at night again, because I don't like being scared. That scared me. I want to go confront it with respect to Navajo land, to the spirit of the Navajo land itself, having my back. I want to go there, make an offering. Say, hey, blah blah blah. Safe passage when I come through here. Try to make peace with it. I've been thinking that for a couple years now. That's something I want to do, and I am going to do it sooner or later. My grandparents were Navajo Indians, native of Arizona, but I was born in North Carolina, and you have Cherokee. That's a good mix. Hell yeah. When I first did TikTok 6-7 years ago, first did social media, there was a half Dene and half Cherokee over there by Knoxville, Tennessee, and he was a character. And he had a redneck accent, but he was full on Dene. He got shit from both sides, but he had a gun on his hip, a beer belly, he had a redneck accent, the long hair. God, what was his name? But that guy was a character, man. I was supposed to meet up with him one time, but I lost track of him. But God bless you, bro. That's a good mix right there. Bien mixto. Definitely when you have the menudo. You love my food videos? Envious Creations Car Club. Yes, sir. Thank you. Gracias por el apoyo. My grandparents. You look terrified. I believe you. Peaceful. I'm kind of loopy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I'm not supposed to be talking about it either. I mean, I don't know about terrifying, but yeah, it spooks me. That touched me. I've seen, you see stuff, here's, but that was something like that where it actually, it's hard to explain. I didn't like it, man. That was not natural. Navajo, I should have bought horchata maybe next time, Walter. All right, lost me on that. Anyways, I gotta go. Thank you guys very much. I'm a little loopy. I'll be a better storyteller next time, but I'll do some more vivos, some more lives on YouTube. I had a really good audience there for a while, 160 people, pretty much the whole time until the Skinner story. But what's up, brother? Anthony, New Mexico, Ferndog, and wherever you're at. Gracias for the Super Mario coin. I am in a big truck, a Kenworth. Good night, you guys. Adrian, Maria, it's Amanda. Thank you guys everything for the support. I'm heading to Odessa. Descargado before the sun comes up. I'll see you guys. Yes, it is, Rocky. It's one of the best things in the oil field, the trailer, the pneumatic. Al rato, I gotta go. Hold on, where's Amanda? I'll follow you back. It's Amanda. Let me do a screenshot.